on today and then back in here for the graveyard shift this evening.
Yeah, so many teams. It's a busy schedule in the Ice Bowl. 34 teams in total in the mixed doubles. 35 senior teams in the curling rink here.
Plenty of room. Plenty of room. Whoa, nothing. Nothing. No line.
And this is kind of the thing about when you actually tick the guard.
Wait.
I think you're still always going to get a second chance to make the come around. It's really difficult to get enough curl to get it over there in front of the stone on the centre line. So Waverley Thompson actually played a terrific draw around the guard, but there was always going to be the freeze on the other hand. However, not particularly well placed by Steve Gabart.
If Kenny Thompson can get to the inside of this, and I think USA are going to need to start running back some stones.
Gotta be inside the nose.
Yep. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, that's a really nice shot from Kenny Thompson. Won't be too long before we see him on the other side of the Ice Bowl playing in the seniors.
Back 12. In this case, I think I do.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you have a big catcher there.
I've got the inside of the nose.
Well, he's got another 5 years, so it might be a while. Steve now running the yellow one back. It's pretty much the best thing he can do, and at the least, well, he could get some good results with this, and at least open it up to prevent New Zealand from just putting red stones in the rings that they can't get at.
Steve Gabart, the male player for the American team.
All right, just get the clear.
Well, just peels that guard off, and New Zealand in a strong position here in this first end with the last stone. Been a little bit slow out the blocks in some of their games this week, so if they could get off to a flyer here with a multiple score, maybe that's what they need to turn around their fortunes. Kenny Thompson, of course, a very experienced curler. Comes from Scotland originally, born in Paisley, but he's been in New Zealand for quite a few years now, and he's been playing a lot with the New Zealand national men's team. Of course, they made a run to try and make the Olympics this year, and I know they'll be disappointed with the way things went in Füssen in Germany at the Olympic qualification event. And they had a terrific World Championships in Basel just a few years ago, even beating the great Glenn Howard team. I think handing them their only defeat of the whole week. So, very gifted player, Kenny Thompson.
It's a good thing to have on your resume.
Well, there won't be too many teams outside of Canada that have achieved that feat. So they have maybe just drifted a little bit farther than they would have hoped, and Steve Gabart will have a chance to try and really get some red granite moving here.
Yeah, it just comes down a bit too far. But there will at least be two going. He could leave his shooter just sitting there in quite a nice spot as well.
Well, Steve's really going to have to send down some heat on this one. There's a little bit of hot sauce at the end there.
Stay close. Yep, yep, yeah.
Oh, and was he a bit tight with this?
Well,
Cannot go on the guard. Oh, and he's just by.
Oh, but stuffs it, and New Zealand still lying 3. So we'll see New Zealand trying to put one in the front ring here. They don't want to leave a double. Somewhere in the front rings to the right hand side of the centre line as Kenny Thompson plays this. Just maybe touching the centre line would be pretty good. Maybe a little bit further over just to take that double away. Well, this is Kenny's kind of shot. He plays lead position usually, so he should be pretty good at playing guards.
Yeah, he would have thrown a couple, and it's always good to be comfortable with that draw weight when you're playing mixed doubles.
Whoa. Whoa.
Not even mid.
Oh, I think this is going into no man's land, isn't it? Got nice weight, but he's not quite got the line right.
No, it's over curled.
Well, that being said, for the US to make a double, they would have to roll away from the centre and actually leave New Zealand lying short. So they either have to choose between playing it safe and only giving up 2, or taking a little chance, taking a little risk, and trying to make a hit and roll underneath the cover.
If they make the roll, I mean, they might even be set up to steal. Of course, depending on what angle they leave with that yellow-red combination on the right-hand side.
Now it looks like they're going for the brave option here.
Line's good. Stay close. Stay close.
Really need a good roll.
Shot.
She did enough to outcount 1. And I don't think New Zealand can really see much of the yellow shot, or of the Yellowstone.
Your release was good.
Yeah.
Well, some.
Well, that was always the problem for New Zealand. By leaving up a guard, they needed to get it further down there. They might have even been better drifting into the 4-foot than leaving it up there.
Oh, that's good. All you need to do is move it to here for 3.
But it's definitely possible to tap that yellow one back.
A little bit, not much. You were top 4 with your first one. Just a bit more than that.
So, a tough shot here for Waverley Taylor. Just a backline weight, just trying to come around that tight guard that Kenny Thompson put there and push the yellow through for 3. I'd almost prefer Kenny was throwing this shot. He's got a little bit of an advantage here by coming from the left-hand tack. A little bit of a...
Stay and watch the line. Stay and watch the line. Just get tight past that guard.
Okay, so
Yep. Really hard, yep. Whoa.
oh, must be pretty close here. Sneaks
looking
by the
really
guard.
good.
Whoa.
Oh, and look at that. Super shot here from Waverley Taylor. Gets New Zealand off to a flying start. 3 on the board and a 3-shot lead. It's New Zealand 3, USA 0.
Yeah, I saw you a funny shot. I'll be with it. Well played.
Yeah, that really is a great start, and a good shot as well. That's just, it all comes down to missing that first shot, really. When you take the guard with the first draw, there's not much you can do. You're just going to be behind for the entire end, and if you don't pull off something amazing or get a miss, then
Top button.
multiple score is almost inevitable.
One thing I would say about what happened at the last stone there was a little bit of confusion over who was actually going to sweep. And that should maybe, well, that should definitely be something that's discussed prior to the shot or prior to the competition even. Like you do the same thing every single time rather than both of you being out there to sweep and then realising that you can't actually see the line of whether it needs swept. So Kenny obviously felt like he wanted to sweep. He's probably a stronger sweeper. But they maybe should have asked Waverley before her delivery to stay down and watch the line. And here's another terrific draw from Waverley.
Yeah, she's on good form late in the evening. It's quite late to play a curling game after 9 o'clock at night, but it's what the teams have been doing all week.
Yeah, it looks like Waverley is a bit of a night owl as well, pulling out 3 pistols to start this game.
And this one just perhaps a bit pacey. Again, quite a big mistake on that first stone. You don't really have a lot of room for error with it. But anything behind the tee line in mixed doubles is normally not going to help you at all.
Yep.
Well, New Zealand can't play a takeout quite yet, so they're going to try and freeze on that red stone. If they could get right on the nose, that would be putting them in really good shape. Again, a lot to be said for leads being good at this game. Lots of freezes and taps required. That should be the kind of finesse shot that your lead player would be playing traditionally.
Yeah, but then we are also seeing the importance of upweight ability. It's definitely the teams that have 2 players that can play all types of shot and throw accurate peels as well. They're moving ahead fast in the competition. So it's tricky because you need to be comfortable just throwing that first freeze and then finishing the end off with any type of shot, really.
Like this broom, Steve?
Coming down to the red one, the shot stone now, or to the top one?
Well, I think one thing is for sure. I don't know what they're exactly doing here right now, but that red stone at the top of the button is a real thorn in the side for this American team. They're going to have to move that stone as soon as possible.
Even just coming from the other side and tapping everything back and around wouldn't be a bad call. Just get rid of that big wall behind the tee line and get some air in between the stones. Right, this is looking well short.
Well, we're certainly not seeing too many shots that are heavy today. Ice conditions just a little bit stickier than they have been.
If it's top 8, it's all right.
Well, I think they're just looking for something in the front ring, but see if the line's good here, they should take it right then.
Seriously slow out there.
Man, you're Kenny doing the commentary for us a little bit there. It's just feeding back to us on the ice conditions.
Saying it's a bit slow today, or out there. Of course, it's a bit wider than they normally are. And we've seen a lot of teams getting stuck in the fact that the paths out there are a lot slower.
outside. Got room.
Oh.
So
Wow.
tight and short with his previous heavy and long with this one. So far, nothing really working for the USA team.
Yeah, they're really struggling to grasp these ice conditions, just slightly different from usual. And well, if Kenny can put one down on top of that redstone, even if he could just tap it a few inches into lie 2, then they'd be in great shape.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, USA can come back and find their form,
Thanks a
but
lot.
I think it's more usual in mixed doubles if you don't really know the weight, or if you're struggling with finding the ice, it's harder to get back in it, because well, normally you have 3 people giving you feedback on the ice and helping you sweep and everything, but they can also be there to help you mentally. And now it's just the 2 of you, and quite often you stand on each side of the sheet as well, and well, then you're alone.
All right, pass.
Yep.
Well, just a little bit too pacey. Not only just a few feet really, but couldn't get a curl and decided to sweep it by that top stone. I think as well, Sarah is so difficult to know exactly what the ice is doing. So because there's less people sliding up and down the ice, there's less stones running down the ice, there's less sweeping, then there's going to be a little more frost, the pebble's going to be a little bit fresher, and I would think that there's going to be there's going to be a lot more sort of keen paths and slow paths that you need to watch out for, so it really doesn't lend itself to trying to find your draw weight when the ice conditions are really difficult or really different all over the place.
Got
Weight's
room
good.
still. Got room.
So this has got a better line, and I think better weight as well. Just don't want to tap that in for them to sit to, and I believe he has. If they had a lot of stones to come, like, it wouldn't be a bad thing, because the yellow one is in a nice spot, but they only have 1 more stone, and New Zealand can guard this up now and quite easily steal 2.
I'm not too sure that would even be a good shot if they had a lot of stones to come. They're going to have to play a good few stones to get that redstone out if they're off the button. So I mean, I don't know exactly what they were trying to do there. I think almost it's one of those situations where you might want to just guard up and hope that you only lose a steal of 1.
So Waverley,
Thanks, good. Where's the weight?
Taylor now just need to guard this.
Got to be a guard. Whoa. Motoring. Whoa.
Mid.
Never.
Mid.
Never.
Mid.
Sit down. Sit.
Hi.
No. Whoa.
Whoa.
I mean, she came a bit deep, but she got some good line. I think that did the job.
I threw it really light. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's good though, because you can't get to the nose of it at any kind of weight.
If I hit the outside of that too.
Good shot. Do what?
Touch that here. Will that?
I think if you just play back line
Just back line.
to bump this.
Just back line. That's going to move
This
all that
is
enough.
a really, really
move
tricky
4 rocks
shot
enough.
to
I know
just
we don't have to move
try
far,
and
but
lose
still.
one.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Joyance Michai has a big job to do.
Pardon me. Are they thinking they can plant the red, yellow, red, red, and just to lose one?
Yeah.
Is that the story
I'm not
here?
sure they can.
Well, they'll need to get really close to the guard to make this shot. But here is the final stone of the second end. Joyance Michai.
A little hot. Forward.
Well, a little bit heavy. Looks like it's got a lot of rotation on it. A lot of curling to do. And it's going to be a steal of 2 here in the second end. A dream start for the Kiwis. And 2 ends played
Sorry.
here.
What's going on, all these?
New Zealand 5, USA 0.
Oh, red bridge.
Two.
Right, waves. Same again.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think this time.
So that one was just
Focus.
some weight that's a little heavy. Yeah. The rocks that went a little deep. Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah. Ice has come up to speed. So.
So 5-0 for New Zealand. And 46% through the tournament for Waverly Taylor.
Yep.
She might need to get a bit higher. But looks like they're doing well here. We can also tell you that Russia scored 5 in the first end against Belarus. It's 1-1 between Austria and Italy.
It was just tight ice.
And
That was good throw and the weight was good.
Spain has a 3-0 lead over Ireland. Denmark has a 1-0 lead over Korea. And we see that miss once again, Logan, but this time by New Zealand.
Joyance Michai playing 57% for the week.
Of course, the numbers,
Mine's
like
good.
we've said, they are
Top 12, top 8.
a fair bit lower
top
than
eight.
we see in a normal curling game,
I think you're there.
just because of that lack of sweepers.
Over curl, over curl.
Well, a good draw there from Joyance. Keeps it in front of the tee line, top of the 8 foot. And although that stone on the button exposed, can't be removed at the moment, so this looks like a very narrow port that Kenny Thompson's trying to come through here. I think he may almost have to play at a kind of tap back weight to make it.
Yeah, just because of the curl, you need to be so close to the red guard in order not to hit the top yellow. 72% for Kenny. Those are quite good mixed doubles numbers.
Yes.
Sorry, got it.
Well, needs to go to get past this yellow. Can they squeak it by? Oh, strains it up, and that's actually a great result.
Sorry.
That little kick actually worked.
Come back this way a bit.
I think you've got to be pretty happy with that one, Kenny. That's a terrific result. Just strained her up nicely and even tapped it back a little bit. Lying in shot position, New Zealand.
Freezes this thing.
Well, sometimes when it's going for you, it's going for you.
Yeah, and even though he moved the yellow a little bit, it's still not easy to come down with the freeze here.
I'm sure Kenny would argue at the moment that they were maybe due a little bit of luck. It's all supposed to even out over the course of a competition. Steve Gabauer playing 71%.
How's the weight? Got room.
Because this is so tricky, I wouldn't mind if they played maybe some hack weight or something on the red one. Move the yellow one as well.
It's inside red now.
And try and make that top yellow count.
Yeah, and this is what happens so often mixed doubles. You try to play a really hard shot, a really tough touch shot to try and keep all your stones in play, but in doing so you don't get any sort of a result. So sometimes you just need to play a slightly simpler shot. And they had a chance there to kind of play a board weight or something and come through there and at least move that red to the back of the tee line and roll in behind the guard. So I think we'll see Kenny just throw the guard here.
Yeah, it's well, it's definitely USA that needs to do some work, so just make it as difficult for them as possible.
This tight, I think.
So Kenny's calling line rather than weight when he's sweeping, but
See when it's inside.
just need to find somewhere in the hole here.
Whoa.
Well, maybe just about does enough. Certainly covers the inside of the red, so the angle that the Americans can see on that shot stone goes directly onto the yellow at the back of the button at least. So not a bad shot there from Kenny. Would have maybe just liked it to go another stone further down, so it kind of half checks the yellow stone. That would make things even more difficult for the USA.
A little less.
And they're playing this run back with hack weight, which certainly isn't easy. It could get a really nice result, but it's hard to control.
I think I quite like this call from Steve though. Like, he wants to put another Yellowstone into the house and he needs to open up the out-turn draw path to get in at that shot stone. So it's almost like a hack weight double peel he's trying to play here. Might be easier just to play it with a bit of weight though. And the priority's got to be to get rid of the two guards.
Yeah, the difficult thing is if he doesn't hit this in the right spot and his shooter just still stays up there. But I think he's done a pretty good job.
Oh, a good shot from Steve Gabauer.
Still leaves the red one sitting shot, but it certainly wasn't an easy shot.
Well, they don't have a lot of time though to move that red stone off the button.
It almost looks like it's easier to guard this from the other side.
I was going to say, I was just thinking exactly the same thing. They can actually even run further coming off the other handle and make a good shot.
Yeah, and blocking that, also that run back.
Just mid.
What?
Mid. Not even.
But they don't really know that side, and they have been saying how slow it is on that kind of the barrier side of the sheet. This looks, is it good enough? Oh, maybe it just curls a little bit too far, and with a quiet weight, you might be able to just
Have to get around that.
squeak through there and play the yellow onto red.
By pretty thin.
Yeah.
It's
you
also
want to
quite
get by
a
real
tricky
thin.
shot, but it
You
is
want to hit this.
for 3.
Oh yeah, I
You wanna
understand that.
hit here.
But you still have to get by.
Backline to hack again, I think.
Backline hack.
Oh, still another couple to come yet.
Wait's close.
Wait. Stay close. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stay close. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep. Whoa,
Well,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
found a really nice path here.
Take it.
Oh, how good is that? Line
Gorgeous.
3. Great shot here, and USA back in the game with that shot from Steve Gebauer.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that one in the highlights.
Pretty great. That was wonderful.
Well, that'll get New Zealand scratching their head.
Two really big shots from Steve Gebauer.
Well, can Waverley Taylor navigate this port here and try and get a couple of these yellows out? Just a quiet weight being thrown here. She already threw a shot down this line in the first end, so
Yeah, really hard.
well, I'm wondering by Kenny's tone if this might be in the guard.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Sorry.
There's-
Unlucky. Just a bit tight. Right. She's never been there in the first place. So it's just two young guards.
Yeah, well, I've got to agree with what Kenny's saying to Waverley. I think it was some bad guard play that really got them in trouble. Just not quite on the money with the stone positioning. If you go all the way back to, I think, was it Kenny's first stone or second stone? He tried to throw one into the front ring and just over curled, came up a little bit short, and really gave the US the opportunity to try and squeeze one in behind.
Yeah, you gotta give it to Steve Gebauer though, just pulling off two really great shots in this end, because New Zealand were sitting quite nicely to start with. So a chance to really get back in the game if they could score 4.
Line's good. Line's good.
Just need this to the forefoot.
Help.
Steve coming up to sweep now too,
Not there yet.
and I don't think it's gonna be there.
3 of them.
Well, 3 yellows and USA right back into this one. And they recover 3 of the 5-shot deficit. And after 3 ends, it's New Zealand 5, USA 3.
Yes, and it's also 7-1 to Russia playing Belarus. 5-1 to Austria, to Italy, sorry, playing Austria. Denmark has a 2-0 lead over Korea. And it's 6-2 in favor of Spain. They are playing Ireland.
Yellow scored, so. Red's Hammer House. Yep. You gotta make it so difficult, don't you?
Sorry.
You could try a little harder.
Joyan Smichai gets us
Line's good.
underway in the 4th end.
Line's good. Line's good.
Trailing by 2 the United
good, still
States. And a couple of
Yep.
big time shots from Steve Gebauer, getting USA back into this one.
Yep.
Oh, man down.
You okay?
Yeah.
You had to do it in front of the camera too.
Oh, I did.
Top button's all right.
Managed to stay clear of both the guards and the guard and the playing stone though.
Yeah, good awareness there from Steve to keep everything intact.
That's also one of the tricky things in mixed doubles. You tend to have your slider on all the time. And if you're not used to it, then falling over is a big risk.
No, 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 no.
Oh, and this has got some heat.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, don't think Kenny wants this one swept. Well, it seems to
Coming
be.
down though, yeah. But maybe not setting up the best pocket.
2 feet in this game. It's just, come on, normally you can throw it.
Yeah, that's good ice over there.
Well, seems like Kenny's doing a good job of kind of taking Waverley under his wing and kind of teaching as he goes along a little bit just about the tactical side of things and the stone positioning. And as you rightly said there, just if you're 2 feet out, it's an absolute killer in this this discipline. You know, if you're playing normal curling and you're playing a freeze like that, you just never want to err on the heavy side. We always say that you want to throw them to the sweepers, but mixed doubles, you don't have any sweepers to throw them to, so it makes those freezes so much more complex.
How's the weight?
Weight's all there. It's all there.
No line. No line.
And it's very easy to go in the opposite direction as well. You're trying not to bounce off the freeze, and then all of a sudden you end up guarding the stone you're trying to freeze, and that's just as bad a result. So there's really no margin on these shots. And I think that was a violation of the free stone rule. Oh, and Steve just about down again there. He's thinking he needs to go and have a sit down and relax.
I think that's thereabouts, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled that.
This is the TV game.
I guess so.
Yep,
I like coming to that
Steve
yellow
Bambi
still.
Gebauer.
On the corner, right on the top of the yellow, top
I'm
button.
sure he'll
Yeah.
be thrilled that all these little wobbles he's having he's going to be able to watch them back later on as well.
Yeah, well, it's
Do you want to hit, Kenny?
it's an important rule to keep in mind, this mixed double one, where you can't hit anything, not even your own stones or stones in the rings until the fourth stone. So Kenny would be allowed to play a hit now, but of course Steve wasn't, and everything's just being replaced.
What's
Where's
the
the
weight
line?
Yeah,
New
it's a good.
Zealand with the last stone and also 2 points up.
Well, it's a good break as well for New Zealand.
like? On the yellow.
Quite a big mistake after USA just getting themselves back into this game. And this is
Steady.
Steve does a good job of keeping his feet on that occasion. But Kenny, poor shot there from Kenny.
Thinking about tea.
He was still laughing in the
Yeah.
hack, so maybe
He-
just didn't really focus.
He definitely needed to take a little bit more time. I could see him still grinning like an idiot when he was in the hack.
You know, if he had a
Maybe he just
gorgeous
needed to take
fall.
an extra few seconds just to
Oh,
compose
you
himself.
did see that one. Okay, that was the memorable one. Not nearly as elegant though. He had this nice roll after his first fall.
A little less.
Guards moved.
So just
Stay close.
ease down on the weight a bit and try and make the freeze now instead. We need to come a little bit wider because of
Line only.
Okay, stay
the
close.
guard.
Okay, whoa, you're good. We're good.
This one looking pretty good. It's just needing a bit more curl. And that's a very nice shot.
You make some, you miss some. That's why we love this game.
Yeah.
Just even freeze on it. I don't mind if I can get inside that nose at all. Bit wider. The guard's moved out a lot. Wider yet. That guard moved a stone.
So still coming down with the freeze here. If you look at the scoreboard and think that they have last stone, would you ever be tempted to remove the guards here? Or this might be his... well, they still have 3 shots to go, counting this one. Just make sure that you score a point.
You see
Oh,
me around the
absolutely,
guard.
Sarah. I think you're completely right that This was maybe the last one you would try and play appeal, but if you don't make this shot, then they could be in a world of pain.
Yeah, because if they only score one, they're gonna be fine for the game. But if they give up a steal, it's gonna be a tight gap between them and USA.
Oh.
Heavy.
And again, a really good attempt there by Kenny, but maybe just trying to play too perfect a shot.
Play this one in.
I think I agree with you. Maybe the peel on the guards may have been a better option on that occasion. Well, it looks like
Yep, I like that.
New Zealand
Right,
lying
we can't
in
throw
a
much weight at all. Like, T-line.
Second shot position.
Give me mid-8 on that side.
What?
Brew me like middle 8. We can come through that.
And then what?
The other option is just a guard out here, I think.
I mean, I don't see this port, and even if you got through that point, where would your rock end up?
Just promoting our yellow.
It's gonna end up, yeah.
What about promoting our yellow?
The 2?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of weight? Like a back?
Back 4, back 8.
Okay.
So coming on the outturn side now and trying to tap up the yellow one a bit. If they make this, they're going to be in great shape.
Stay close. Whoa, not yet. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I think Steve thinks
Whoa,
this
whoa,
needs to
whoa.
go for weight. Maybe a little bit tight, actually.
Yep.
Straight raises the guard. Well, takes off that chip.
I knew I wasn't quite heavy enough.
Yeah.
Oh, and the red
That's
stone just
peachy.
played by
Yeah, you're
But I don't know that I
Kenny
can.
Thompson.
Why you sweep for one?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay.
I can come flying through that hole at 100 miles an hour. If I can miss that, it'll do that spring thing that you did and just go off that first and onto that.
If not, it'll split. Okay.
Have
If
you
I
ever
open
seen a
this up,
curling stone
he
fly?
goes ping ping and lies 3, which I don't really like. If I could get past that yellow onto that red, that's the shot.
That's what we had.
I don't think he's got too much
Like,
other
I mean,
option than to
Made for
go
TV
after
from
that.
flying through this hole. I don't want to touch that though.
No, I mean coming.
And they could peel this guard, but if we go back, I think
But if
if
I
we go
catch
back a
that
few
yellow
shots,
first,
Sarah, you suggested that they should maybe peel the guards here,
He lies too.
and those guards are still there causing them problems. They've still got the full 4 foot covered,
Not really. I
and
think
that's why
the
they're going to be
shot. If I can
struggling
get
to
that edge
score
of the
here.
red, all I need to do is miss the yellow.
What
Even
way?
if it splits the yellow, it's going to leave you a red to play with.
What
He
way,
doesn't
sir?
only
Just
need
deep.
to miss the yellow, he also needs to
Same
hit the
shot,
red.
I just play just a half-inch wider.
This is one of those situations where I think the teams get stuck in the fact that it's mixed doubles. Because if you just look at the scoreboard, once you can start hitting, it's just a regular end of curling. He cannot see a lot of that red.
I think I'd be tempted to play that shot through the middle that he talked about before. The only problem is that it's just fraught with danger. Like if you just tick either guard and it runs through into the house, then it's always going to be Yellowstones going in. So
Weights way up, back line. Just a skinny piece of that red and nothing else.
Well, I think a skinny piece is the best you can do.
well,
Not moving though.
Coming.
oh, you see the higher weight, the straighter line.
wee
Is it going to
bits.
curl enough? It is not. And another miss for New Zealand. And New Zealand just undoing some of their early good work at the moment.
Play normal weight.
Normal weight, out turn.
Yep.
Are they now coming through the hole?
Think so. I think they're trying to throw through the port and maybe just rub off that yellow just played by Steve Gebauer and play a raise to lie 3 and behind the cover.
Well, mind
It's a big
if
call.
they ever just tick on the yellow and don't get the raise, then they've just opened up that shot for New Zealand.
Peels the guard,
Darn.
and for me probably leaves a shot to maybe not. Maybe I felt that was like a little bit of a free opportunity. They don't seem to have lost too much. The only shot I see, the one Kenny's looking at here, is to play the run through on between these two stones, and not convinced that one, they can hit it thin enough, and two, that Waverley can throw the stone heavy enough to make that shot. If they could ever get it running through between those two stones and remove the yellow, then they could score 3.
They just got to be careful here. You'd just rather miss this by hitting the guard than ever being wide, because then you're giving up a steal of 2.
That hole was really tempting.
But I think it will curl once it starts to come close to the centre line.
Try the shot that you tried to do. Kenny? Try the one that you tried.
Out here? Yeah, if you want. Just cold tea.
Is there any chance of getting these in though?
Yeah, I mean, if you push that onto that, then they get. If you catch that first, we could lose 2.
Okay, no, I'll throw it.
So just thinking that they could hurt themselves a bit more than they have to win, throwing this last stone away.
I think it's 1 yellow, but
Can we measure?
Waverley's trying to beat her own stone down the ice here.
I think she's just eager to make sure that Kenny's not removing any stones without
Can we measure?
oh well. If
A
he
measure.
wants to measure, if you're all right with a measure, overruled by the.
Let's go for a measure.
Well,
We'll have a
they
measure.
cleared the stones up a little bit
You
too
alright with
quickly
measure?
for me
Yeah.
to see what the outcome was there, but
If we said no, what would happen?
Can we say no?
That's okay. Good answer. Stupid question.
Gives me a break.
Well, we get a break anyway. We've played half of the game. I don't really know
Hopefully
where
everybody's having fun and smiling here.
I think it is.
That was,
Just putting it back close again.
Say that again, sorry.
Just putting our scores back close.
down here.
Can we? They don't need us.
Well, you can go. I'll watch you next. Go down there.
well, we're just waiting for a measure here.
It's 1 yellow.
I think
So Kenny thinks it's 1 yellow. I can hear him
I
saying
think
that.
it's 1 yellow, but it's really hard to tell.
Getting ahead of myself.
Really
So they're just going to double check it anyway, no harm.
Oh my god. You know, like that in the third end, he's like, okay, this side's a little heavier, but you know, just fine, draw it. And I mean, it felt like a lifetime with all those lines I had to call when he was throwing those hack-away balls.
It's a good thing it's a Canadian curling sector.
Canada.
Oh, just touches the measure on the way around.
Yeah.
Touches the stone on the way around.
and it's not touching the red.
It was 1 yellow. I said it was 1 yellow. I knew it was 1 yellow. I think. Sorry for wasting your time.
You got it good. You got a good eye.
Who's up first?
Well, a well executed measure by Glenda Barrowman.
That's unfortunate. I don't really know what happened there.
And the game is getting tighter.
I caught the guard.
Russia has an 8-1 lead over Belarus. Italy is up 5-2 over Austria, and it's 4-2 to Korea playing Denmark, and finally 6-3 to Spain. They're playing Ireland. Players will have a short break, and we will be back just before the other half of the game with some highlights.
lines at this point. So. Well, those are ones that stick in my head because you were going through a minefield.
So here are some highlights from this game between USA and New Zealand. In the first end,
Whoa. Whoa.
Waverley had this tap to score 3, made it perfect, and New Zealand were off to an early lead. And then in the second end, it was Steve Gebauer who had this actually accidental tap that promoted the red stone and allowed New Zealand a steal of 2 in the end, so they were up 5-0. Finally in the third end, Steve Gebauer, who this first played a great run back with hack weight, and then he came with this great little tap back, and that allowed USA a comeback in the game with 3 points. And then in the fourth end, it was New Zealand sitting shot, and Kenny Thompson attempting a peel, actually, no, sorry, a freeze, but actually with that tap promoted the USA stone to shot, so a stolen one for USA, and we're back with the second half of the game. It's New Zealand 5, USA 3. New Zealand will have hammer in the fifth end.
Line's good.
Wait.
Line's good. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're there. You're there. You're there. You're there. Nice shot.
Thanks.
Joyens Michai has found her draw weight. Comes up with a good first freeze.
Yeah, that's one of the best ones we've seen all week, I think. Really giving the USA the upper hand here in this fifth end. Well, important to stay in front of the tee lane here. The last thing you want to do is drift past
If you can. Where's the weight?
and leave the USA a chance to play another freeze on top.
Now. Wait only. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoop, whoop. Whoop. Never. Never, never, never.
It looks quite good. Even tapping the red one a bit isn't bad because it just creates a separation. Steve Gebauer is the male player for USA.
Weight's close.
He's
Go
had
light.
a couple of good ends.
Okay, line's good.
They were off to a shaky
Line's
start,
good.
but they're certainly
Plenty of room.
coming back
Plenty
strong.
of room. Plenty of room. Whoa.
Oh, he's played a beauty here though. Oh, wow. Great shot by Steve Gebauer, really raising his level.
Talk about welding it.
That turned out pretty.
So it's up to Kenny Thompson to make a move on the other side.
Well, actually, if Kenny can see any of that redstone, he could be blasting it.
Well, it doesn't look like he's blasting, but it would be really good if he could move everything around a bit.
I think he needs to be a little bit concerned with these two Yellowstones frozen on the button. If you could blast them and get them moving, it's just not a good result. You could have peeled both of these Yellowstones out of there and really opened up the centre of the house. Do have the last stone. They've got a 1-shot lead. Important for them to maintain that. They would certainly won't want to give up a steal here. So now just a freeze attempt here from Gaber. Just a little nudge would be nice.
Real close, real close.
It's the smallest of nudges.
It's going to be on. It's
And
going to
sit
hit
in
the
the
ground.
pocket would be beautiful for the US. Looks like a good weight.
Whoa, no bump.
Well, I'd say that's
The smallest of nudge.
almost perfect. Really nice shot there from Steve.
Should I do like a back 8 weight?
I can play a bit more, yeah. Just need to rumble it. I mean, even if that bounces and comes over here, we can just need to get some sort of separation.
What weight do you want to play? Do you want to play a hit weight?
Back, forward, back. No, I don't want to hit. What was that line? I just need a wee bit more, eh?
So throwing a back line, I'm not sure they're going to create all that much separation. Those stones are so close together, all of them.
So Kenny just trying to rumble things around.
That was wide.
It's coming, but we'll come back.
It's not coming back enough now.
Don't go through the hole.
Oh, and he's just gone by everything.
Eh,
Tough luck for New Zealand.
Well, I was just hoping that I was going to nick that red.
And again, I can't help but wonder what if they just blasted this? They still had a couple of shots to go. Just make sure that they open it up, allow them to score one without being in heaps of trouble.
That'll be lighter.
If USA can just guard this now, they could steal 2.
Yeah, I totally agree, Sarah. I think
Whoa.
they definitely could have given themselves a better chance to score by throwing a hit there.
Mine's
Sometimes
fine.
I think you just need to accept that the USA have played a couple of beautiful shots in there, and you need to start bailing. You can't keep pushing to try and score 2.
No, you
that's
need to realize that you're
I
going to
thought it was
lose the
in.
ones that you already have.
we can. You get the stick in there, you can go for your.
That sounds so dirty.
I just think the same. Waverley, back 8. Nah, leave it. It's all right.
So once again, back
line?
8.
Same. Just a bit less weight. Another 0, eh?
So less weight now, attempting the same shot.
Down weight. T.
Yep.
Just wiggling
Yep.
the red one into the side.
Whoa.
Oh, needs to curl. Oh, can you believe it? Just overswept. Just
I don't think it
rumble.
was ever really going to do much.
I kind of agree. I don't know exactly what they were
You
trying
could
to
play
achieve
this.
there. They're trying to play a very difficult shot for a reward that's not very obvious. They could have hit that same spot at Peel and at least got one of those stones out of there and created a little bit of space in there. Kenny not looking overly enamoured with the situation.
Well, for a good reason, I would say. Only 2 shots to come. USA will guard, and I think Waverley Taylor will be left with the slash.
Three, two,
Fine, fine, it's all then.
2.
If it gets to 4, let me know. As long as we're on the outside of this yellow, we're fine. Yeah, you're fine, I'm fine.
Okay.
Good shot.
Well, a nice guard covers the edge of that red, and the only shot I can really see for New Zealand is to run this red, this wide red in, and actually they might be best hitting it into the top yellow if they can hit it thin enough and hard enough. Not too sure that they can. I think they might need to accept that they're going to give up a steal of 1, hit it red, and get one of those yellows off the button.
Or lose 1 only. All you need to do is just get that hitting the red.
What way? My normal way.
Yeah. What hand you want? That one.
Yeah, probably just play the hand that you know, and also get the most power in towards the red.
Well, here we go. New Zealand got themselves into a right mess here in the 5th. Needing a big shot from Waverley Taylor.
Hard to say where this is gonna hit. Oh, and it'll go by everything. So I believe it's a steal of 2. Player's gonna have a look.
Midler? Are you doing midler?
No, it's 2, isn't it? Have a look at it. That's beating it. That's gone.
Two yellow.
Yeah, definitely 2 yellows, and
Unlucky, that was a good throw.
a massive turnaround. USA really on a roll right now and putting another 2 on the board here in the 5th.
All right.
6-5, the USA lead.
So, all right, unlucky.
I'm out first.
Such a big difference to the game when you start getting
Well,
the draw weight right.
I had a couple of zeros there.
Both
Doesn't help anybody.
Joyance and Gebauer
Can I sit up my stones too? No.
getting some great draws in place. And they got away with a steal of 2.
Joyance's,
Line looks good.
I think Joyance's performance has really turned this game around from the USA. She's really started to find her way and make these freezes after a couple of misses in the first 2 ends. And what a difference it's made. And it looks like another good one coming in here. Need to go for line more than anything. She's played an absolute pistol again. Great play by the American female, so is she? Shall we say?
I guess you could say that.
Oh, she's playing the top and tail stones for the USA, and that's a beauty. She did exactly the same last end, and that's what set up that score of 2.
Yep. Where is it?
Down. Sit for me, Dad.
That's okay.
So So saying it's okay, I'm not sure it's gonna be okay though,
Much for a port. Would you rather just come around here or go through it?
because it's
Okay.
really difficult to come down into the center line now.
Still, swings mile.
Steve gonna draw around the intern side. Now need to go a bit wider out because that tap was made on the
Whoa,
guard.
Got room. Got room. Got plenty of room.
Yeah,
Plenty
wait.
of room.
Good heavy.
Just a fraction pacey and drifts right back to the 8 foot.
I don't mind a wee bump on it actually, but
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Question. Should I, the one dead? Red.
Again, they could just hit this through the hole. I mean, if they take off the guards, then they take off the guards, but there's also a chance that the red one's just gonna stick with that stone coming in deep from Steve. Because coming around here is really difficult, and it's gonna take a lot for them.
Well, also they're playing a come around. They're not going to be lying in shot position, and the chances are, if they do put it in a good spot, then the USA are just going to put a guard on it.
Yeah.
So I think they might be better making a play on the guards here. To be honest, they could try and tap that red guard into the house, or even hit it into the yellow and spin it in. Double peel wouldn't have been a bad call. And let's just set up a nice red wall for yellow stones.
Yeah.
Kenny Thompson just lost his way at the moment.
I think he's also calling the shots way too difficult.
A little shorter.
It's definitely, I think it's the most underused shot in mixed doubles is peeling the centre guard.
I would agree. Or running it down.
Teams just continually throwing draws and getting sucked in around the centre guard and just getting themselves into more and more trouble by playing more and more difficult shots. And if you can get rid of that centre guard, you're going to be able to play easier shots, which is exactly what you need when you don't have any sweeping.
Yep. Okay, how's the weight?
Weight's
Whoa,
there,
whoa,
weight's
whoa,
there, weight's
whoa,
there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
And we have our first game over this evening draw. It was Russia. Came out with a 15-1 win over Belarus.
Oh, nice shot again by Steve Guevara. They've really got to grips with the ice conditions here on Sheet A after a ropey first couple of ends.
Think of a song that's a little slower.
It's not.
Now going for this freeze into the pocket.
plenty of weight.
It's heavy.
Well, this is becoming a little bit of a familiar sight, just a little bit heavy once again.
Flying.
Well, I think the Americans smell blood at the moment.
A little
There's no
tighter.
doubt the New Zealand team are a little bit on tilt at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, hard. Whoa, we're all over the red. We're all over the red.
Oh, but this could be the out for New Zealand, though.
Oh, there's a big mistake there. It still probably
Yeah.
does enough to cover the important shot.
No, that was a little lighter.
I think that red stone at the back of the button has to go. That's
Can be big weight there.
the real trouble stone
never get that
for
one.
New Zealand.
Yeah, if you look at the scoreboard, well, once
Have
again,
that and then leave that
just
sitting there.
if they take one, it's a
The
tied
risk is a
game.
run-off
They
that
can
and leave
give
it
up 1 and 7, try and score 2 and 8. It's quite a common approach. So just stop caring about the back red. Make sure that you get in there and don't give up a steal.
Can I just do like a draw weight?
That's now kind of in the way of the draw. I just have a slash at it, I think. I just need to rumble them up a bit.
So getting ready to rumble. Need to. What weight are they playing at this?
Well, they're not taking a lot of ice. Wonder if Kenny will move the brush from the hack here.
I think he wants to keep his shooter around.
Oh, going for the big weight, maybe just trying to even skinny that yellow right off the top. That would be a tremendous shot. Looking a little bit wide at the moment.
Going the other direction almost.
Well, gets rid of a couple of yellows at least. Difficult to see how they're going to get rid of that yellow on the button though.
And I was hoping to catch that red a bit as well.
I think it's top house. No, it's lighter. 3-4, 3-4.
Still on the guard, still on the guard.
Is it moving?
Starting to move now.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
no.
whoa.
And that certainly ended up well for Team USA.
Yeah, just a little bit heavy, so they need a little bit of help from the corner guard, and they got it.
In the way of the guard.
Don't really see what
I mean, you could have probably
New Zealand
played,
can do to score.
you know, back
I think they
four,
just need to throw this one
either
away,
got
Sarah.
iron cap,
There's no shot really for them,
you know, that's a risk.
not without taking some huge risk anyway. You'd always be, I think the only stones that they can run in there are yellow stones, and that's just asking for trouble.
Attempting to find the pin.
Oh, there's.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa.
Oh, I don't think that shot was available, but
There's big
it's I don't think it's any harm to try and play a shot like that, just even to just get a feel for your weight for the next end. You know that Waverley is going to be playing a shot similar to that at
Yeah,
the start
definitely.
of the next end, so
That would be so cool if we gave like less flash and
maybe a little bit of that involved. But after 6 ends,
So yeah, that was
it's
to get the first one.
4 straight scores in a row for the USA, and they're now leading 7-5 over New Zealand.
Two ends to go. That's cool. Just do what we did at the start. Just relax, get your TV. Take 6 feet off that, and you're really good. Yep.
Good line.
Waist close.
So 60% in this game for Joanne's Michai, but in the later end she's come up with a couple of absolute beauties. Like this first draw has been perfect. A couple of ends in a row. This one looking really good as well.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what the stats don't reflect. You can get a 4 out of 4 shot, which is quite good, and you can get a 4 out of 4 shot that's perfect. And 3 times in a row, Joanne's Michai has played an absolutely perfect first stone of the end, and that's the importance isn't really reflected in the kind of in just the general stats. So tremendous shot. Waverley Taylor got off to a flying start. Now playing 57%.
Yep. Yep.
And if they find good line, I don't mind seeing them tapping this to create some air.
Why are they always so short?
You've got to keep sweeping those because splitting the guard's really good. Then it gives us last stone. We can just blitz it and open it right
And
up.
I think Kenny's quite right. Splitting the guards is quite good when you have the last stone, because normally you would want 2 corner guards if you're trying to score more than one.
Well, Joanne's indicating they want to freeze here. I think a guard would be a better option. You know that New Zealand are going to be able to hit with the next one. Steve Gabauer having a excellent game, playing 75%.
And this freeze is so important too. You definitely don't want to tap. You don't want to set them in an angle. You just it just needs to be perfect, really.
Yeah, again, a guard's a much easier shot. So it's just going to rumble this red a little bit. Certainly not erring on the correct side with that. Oh, and Steve knows it as well. A little bit of a grimace on his face there. So I think we'll see Kenny just try and come down and rumble these 2 stones as he put it before.
Edge of the button.
Oh, maybe actually trying to play appeal. Maybe he's giving up on the rumbling.
Don't think he needs to throw peel, but
Do you think any of this is maybe just Kenny being a little bit on tilt, a little bit annoyed with what's going on?
maybe, because I think he wants to keep his shooter. Or maybe just clearing everything off the forefoot and then going to try and work with the corner guards. But he could still have kept, like, just hit that roll out behind the corner and, well, voila.
Well, I mean, maybe it's a different strategy, though, because what he's been trying to do for the last few ends certainly hasn't been working, and keeping all the stones in the forefoot and pushing them around and trying to get the angles right. At least what he's done this time is that he's made the scoring area far bigger.
Yeah, but they're still quite half-centre guard, and a yellow one in the rings. No pressure really for USA, and they can just draw around here. Or maybe he sensed that Steve Gabauer is going to be a bit heavy. Comes all the way down there, and now the scoring area is really big.
Yeah. Is that slow enough? Not so much slower than that.
A wee bit wider.
It's on the dot.
Okay.
So one of the easier shots that Kenny has left himself. Doesn't look happy.
He asked for more eyes. I think he might have popped it just a bit.
Bring on to the back. Yep.
going for
coming
the
down.
backing.
I think he's done a pretty good job here. Sitting
Yeah.
behind the cover.
Oha.
Sits a bit in back of the T-line though, but finds a nice line.
Certainly the first time for a while the New Zealand have laid in shot position.
It's true. And if they could ever just force a mistake out of USA, they could pick up 2. But Steve just played a draw here. He knows where to put the broom. Would expect him to lock this on.
Whoa, line, whoa, line. Got room. Line's good, yep. Whoa, 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 line, whoa, line, whoa, line.
Oh, nice shot by Steve Gubert. And that's what happens when you slip back at the T-line.
Sliding there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they got punished straight away. Do you think, well, they weren't even close to the yellow guard with their last one though, so they should be able to even come down and tap this on the nose if they wanted.
Well, I certainly think if they can move it, they should move it. It's definitely an option. Plenty of curl. Looking at a little bit wider line at the moment, I would say, than the last one.
Yep.
Will it come
Yep.
down enough?
Whoa, whoa.
Gotta get there.
Yep, bring it up.
Well, lying in shot position. Unfortunately, they've locked that yellow one to the red, so it's going to be difficult to move that later.
Yeah, I like down weight. So just hack? Sure. Okay.
Well, USA could just throw a guard here. It would be very difficult to see how New Zealand are going to get another one on there to score 2.
Yeah, for sure. If they just give up one, they will be 1 up, and with Hammer coming home.
Well, I'll tell you what you don't want to do is you don't want to chip the guard with this hack weight tap back. You could leave a double takeout to maybe even score 3 for New Zealand.
Sorry.
All right. Stay close, stay close.
Well, certainly not in the guard.
Yeah. Real hot.
Has
real
it
hot.
hit anything? It has not. So,
Sorry.
actually, it's still very difficult for New Zealand to score 2.
It is, because they still need a piece of the 1 foot. They can't really come up and tap their own.
We'll be only sitting 1 still, right?
Yeah, if you come to there, you don't get 2. It's just 1. You got to come along beside it. Cold T-way, just the same that I just threw there.
And it's not
Or you
so
try
easy
coming
to
around
get
this
there
side,
because of that
come to
wide
there,
guard.
that.
Well, yeah, actually what they need to do is I think they need to come down and just kind of bounce
Gotta be
off their own
cold
red
T-way.
to make
That
this
was
shot
like
possible.
There. We could have swept that. So just a hair more than that one. But you've got to come, you're out a bit wider.
What?
Got to be starting a bit wider to miss this. Just cold tea. Cold tea. Who likes cold tea?
So last stone of the 7th.
Same Same way.
New Zealand sitting at 1.
Line's good.
They do have a chance for 2, but it's really, really difficult.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh, and this one.
whoa.
Oh.
Bugger.
No, actually quite a good attempt. I think they almost needed to come down and bump onto that yellow and roll through. But it's only going to be a score of 1, and New Zealand are going to be trailing by 1 coming home here. After 7 ends the scoreline, USA 7, New Zealand 6.
That was back 4. You just nailed T-weight on this one. This is the shot that wins the game.
Yeah, so final end coming up. Spain has a 10-5 lead over Ireland. Austria has a 7-5 lead over Italy. They were down 5-1 at one point, so a good comeback for them. And it's 5 points each between Korea and Denmark.
Well, it's the first score in a long while here in a featured game for New Zealand.
Not got a huge amount of
It
time.
might just be good for them that they scored, and now they can
Just bang on
change
the
it up. They can throw the first one, just try and lock this on, and then keep protecting. Hope to come away with a steal and force the extra end. Oh, not happy with that throw at all.
Really heavy. Really heavy.
Never.
Well, this track's definitely been the one that's played the most in this game.
Whoa.
Tucking it in behind isn't great, but it's not awful either. That could be useful later if they need to make the USA face a few with their last stone.
Don't apologise. It's all right.
Line's good. Line is good.
It's top house. By itself. Actually,
Lots of room,
Yeah,
lots of room,
no.
lots of room.
Slow down. Slow down.
Well, USA, if this one is as heavy as Joyans is
Alright, good shot.
indicating, well, but it's not. It's in a nice place. Well, it still leaves the freeze from the other side.
Yeah, it does, but the beauty of that shot is it's in a perfect position to run into any freeze. I think New Zealand could well have to come down and play a tap with this stone rather than actually going for the freeze onto the button. They might be better coming down and tapping back the stone just played by Joyans.
I think you're absolutely right. Just leave some backing. It could come in handy for them with the next shot. So a couple of good draws for Kenny in the 7th end. He's going to need to pull out a good one here as well.
Yep.
Well, just rubs the guard. Oh, Kenny just a little bit out of sorts tonight. It looks so promising after a really good start for New Zealand.
Not that far, there you go.
I think it's just a little bit of a mixture, just maybe not quite nominating the right shots, and I think that as much as anything, just trying to play two difficult shots. Would you agree, Sarah?
I would. There have been easier shots available all game, and when you choose the difficult ones and you don't make them, it's just so hard to lose your confidence, lose your rhythm, don't feel like you know the ice, and it just keeps making everything more difficult.
low line. No line. Line's good. Over and up. It's a little different on that side, huh?
Well, Maybe a slight mistake there.
Yeah, double centre guard is not really what you want to leave when your opponent's doing all they can to steal.
Well, Kenny's trying to play an angle tap here. I still think it needs to be a shot down the other side, moving that yellow stone back that Joyanne's played with her first stone.
Yeah, it'd be so, even if he makes this perfect, it's a difficult shot. You make it perfect and then you still leave your opponent an easy shot to get rid of it.
I think the weight might be all right. Got to be on the high side of it.
It hasn't got any.
Is it missing it?
I'm missing everything.
Is it still missing it?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Coming down now.
Yeah, take it.
Not into shot position, but made a nice tap.
Better there than it was.
And the further the better, ultimately.
Yeah, yep. Line's good. How's the weight?
Line only.
Not yet. Not yet. Okay, it's getting better. Whoa, whoa. Not yet. Still on the red.
It's fine. I'm not there.
Yep. Okay. Try to not line them up so.
Well, even with a win for the United States, it would be difficult to see them qualifying for the playoffs with 4 teams above them on 4 wins or better.
It's really good.
They do still have a game in hand
Yeah.
on a couple of those teams, including France.
Even a shade inside the nose, but I don't think I can get inside the nose.
I think a loss here we can definitely write off New Zealand if we couldn't already before this draw. But don't write off New Zealand quite yet here. It's been all one-way traffic since, but these stones quite nicely lined up for New Zealand. A good shot for Kenny, and they could well still get a steal here.
Still leaving that left-hand side wide open though. Oh, and he's even playing hit weight on this. I thought they were just tapping it.
Yep, 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 yep. It's missed it.
Oh, it just rubbed off that yellow and squared it back up.
Yeah, but remember the yellow one is visible. It is New Zealand with shot stone now though.
Well, that's what they needed. They need to be lying in shot stone.
I didn't see it happen.
No, I thought we'd get more of the front one.
Well, I don't think what they saw there was that it just straightened up off the yellow stone at the top of the 4 foot to leave it in shot position. Well, this isn't a gimme here for Steve Gebauer.
Outside. Stay close. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Need to make this, otherwise it's going to be guarded.
Oh, just rubs the guard.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Kenny needs to get that as far back as possible. Don't want to give
Got up there, we got an extra end.
USA anything to come in off.
You were actually a little
And I think you're quite right, Sarah. We're going to see a guard throw in here, and New Zealand
Over the whole
have a
back.
lifeline.
What was my first shot again? What did I do?
Hey, no, it was here.
Well, Waverley Taylor, just 19 years old and needing a good stone here. Well, important to take, I think, an experienced skip would take a lot of ice on this shot.
How come?
Well, they can afford to be really quite wide on this and still get a good result. So, of course, the Americans would want to play this shot on the in turn. So, the wider you are, then the more chance you have of covering it. The danger is always that you're going to over curl in this shot. So, important to take enough ice.
Way down to how I normally play it.
Where is it? Yep.
Well, I've got to say the weight looks pretty good.
It's way further out though. It's looking quite short.
Well, they just have to maybe just over the hog line, maybe the best
Yeah.
place for this.
Looks like she's done a good job. Just does
Yeah.
it sit down in time?
Well, I think so. I think that's a good shot there from Waverley Taylor.
It could perhaps be a tap on the yellow in for shot.
You see, it's just a little bit outside the center of that yellow stone. So I think their only option is to come down, as you say, and just try and tap it onto the button. That's their one to win the game.
Or run back the yellow centre guard.
Right, same again. Can you go on the extra? No, not so good. Push the button there on the axis. Same end. Getting a complete mess. Somehow get away out of it. Still I want to win again.
Well, maybe they feel like the run back might be an easier shot. If you've got a good takeout player, it could well be easier because you don't have to rely on sweeping quite as much to make it an easy shot.
No.
Tap in better, but
Well, when you get down there, let me know if you still like it.
okay.
There's no real danger, I would say.
No.
I don't see them giving up two off this anyway.
Oh my God, I know one is a great shot. Okay, let's do the run.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I quite like the run
Normal.
back. You can
Normal?
you can at
Normal
least
control.
take the
Normal.
weight control out of the scenario. You just need to throw the rate line and hope that it's good enough.
So final stone of the 8th end.
Close, close.
Make this to win the game. If not, it's
Nothing,
going to be an
nothing,
extra end.
Looks a little bit wide. Are we going to see some pinball here?
Okay.
Not quite. And
This is so much fun. Let's
One
keep
red.
going.
New Zealand find a way to get into an extra end. Kenny Thompson finding the funny side of this game.
Whoa.
After 8 ends, a steal in the 8th, and we're going to need an extra end to separate these two teams. New Zealand 7, USA 7.
I like that stone thing, Mark. It's cool. Slick. Right, 8 bags of time. So,
Game
on the
plan's
button this
working.
time.
All right.
You know,
Yeah.
get rocks and play.
Do they-
That happens. You get some
They
good
teach
shots.
that stuff at ice making school, do they? Put the stone in the front here, and it'll come with you. So that we're not here till the middle of the night.
So this is now the only game still going in the Ice Bowl. Russia beat Belarus 15-1. Austria beat Italy 8-5. Korea came out on top with a 1-point win over Denmark, and Spain saw Ireland off 10-5. And we have another end of curling where it's still going to be New Zealand needing a steal. USA will have a last one advantage in the extra end. And it's Waverley Taylor playing the first and the fifth stone for New Zealand.
Kill it!
You really need to go.
Well, leaves a double centre. Good for stealing, usually.
Yeah, definitely. Like a double centre guard and one behind the button is certainly a good way to start off. Just USA going to come down and freeze this to make it a bit more difficult. They don't need to come all the way down. Maybe top 4 foot on the centre line would be absolutely perfect.
Good. I'll wait. Line's good. Line's good. Okay, you're there. You're looking good. You're looking good.
Nothing.
You wanted us to put it there. Good shot.
Thanks.
Well, again, Joyanne's has just had that draw in her back pocket. I think that's 4 times in a row she's had the opportunity to play that shot and absolutely nailed it.
Outside a bit more.
So want to come up as much to these as possible. If they can move them back a bit, that would be perfect.
That way. Yep, yep. Yep.
Looks really good for line. As they got it good enough to even get a little tap. It's a good shot. Still USA sitting 2, but that's probably some of the best they could do.
Give you a mark on the ice, just go an inch out.
The mark on the ice is here.
Stay close.
Wait's close.
Yep, yep. Yep. Yeah, line.
Don't want to nick the guard here. Oh, actually just straightens up a little bit. Maybe that's not such a bad shot for the USA.
No, even if they would have just played the straight guard, it would have been quite good. It's not really easy for New Zealand to come in here.
And then we've got stuff to run at. Same shot, just a bit more ice. Just sit right beside that red, it's really good.
He is entertaining to watch, Kenny.
Maybe also a bit of a Bambi move there. This one looks good.
Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Yep, yep, yep.
So he got it all the way down. Not quite.
Value.
Just 1 stone heavier, and it's a lot better now. It's even slightly angled on the roan red, just leaving the yellows staggered.
Yeah, it's actually a bit of a disaster that it's not got past that red stone. It's almost kind of half checked. Might well need to play some sort of a run back with the next one just to try and create some options for their last stone.
Line's good.
It's clean.
Yep. Line's nice. Line's on.
It's just a totally different situation to what you would see in normal curling. You'd normally see it,
Nice shot.
you're just trying to keep the place open and leave yourself as easy a final shot as possible, but mixed doubles is about getting one in there and just guarding it for your life.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's hard when you have to wait that long
wanna
before
run
you can
that.
hit, so
Basically, so that it's pushing the yellow
Into this one.
onto that 3. So you need to hit that right there. So call me to hit that right there.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is the right shot here. Need to try and open things up and give themselves some options. Even if they lose one of the reds at the top of the button here, they just need to give themselves something for that last stone.
Yep. Whoa.
That's it.
Whoa.
I think Kenny can see that one backing up. Oh, chips it over. It's going to be difficult to see how Waverley can get in here with her last stone.
Is the guard? Or
Yeah,
do you
here.
want? Okay. Just trying to think if there's anything that placement-wise can hurt. I kind of like being half covered on the.
Yeah, like half covered.
so this will be the final shot for Steve in this game. Gotta say, it's looking really nice for Team USA to pick up the win right now.
Yeah, the angles are all horrible for New Zealand to
Line should be okay.
get one
Yeah.
onto that button.
Yeah. How's the weight? Whoa, it's going to be on the red.
Well, it's going over curl and rubs the guard and actually straightens it up quite nicely to guard the shot that they planned to play in the first place.
Wish it didn't come out so much.
So
Like I wish it didn't.
it might need to be a similar shot here for Waverley and just kind of a bit of a hit and
Either
hope.
that or you hit.
Yeah, well, she doesn't need
don't
to
have to
play
hold it, is
lots
it?
of
No.
weight. If she could just hit that center yellow one,
We're going to hit our red one there.
absolutely right. Go,
Yeah.
drive it back into the red one.
It's either
Make
you
sure they
hit
push
that
the
red,
yellow
red, or you
just
try and
out of the
get that
button.
yellow
They would be sitting shot.
straight onto the red. But that's going to be really close to that. And this is useless because that's useless. It's that one really, isn't it? And if you get that on there, how heavy can you throw?
Huh?
You
Do
need,
you want me to throw mine very heavy?
you need to throw it pretty hard. That's all you got. Had it? Or you cut that yellow across and push this one, try and do what I tried to do.
Should we call for a timeout?
No, hey? Yes! Can we call for a do we have timeouts? Let's have a timeout. Peter! Timeout.
Well,
I think they're calling for a timeout, Logan.
I think Kenny wants to maximise his airtime for the people back home.
I'm just liking the look of the middle one.
You like the middle one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe the shot is to run the longest guard
Yeah.
and try get it going onto the yellow, because you need to get it directly onto the stone closest to the button.
Are you just going to dawdle?
I don't think you can get it.
Okay, and you can wiggle it off the wide yellow though.
I think you're always going. If you get that onto this yellow, that yellow's going on that red, and you're not going to get the shot.
No. It'll get the edge of that, the end of the 3.
Well, I'm sure Peter Taylor's thrilled to be asked down to
Push those
I
back.
think to get that
Work
yellow
this one
coming
out.
onto this, you're going to catch these reds, that red, yellow there. What would you say? You're the coach. Why did we bring you here? We either run that yellow across there and bring that yellow straight back. Well, we run that red onto that yellow onto that red. But I think that's really tight to that yellow red. You're not on the ice surface. Here, we've got this thing. I think you've got to try and do that. You might actually get this straight back.
That's going to go on the side reds and just split them. And they'll get like a 3.
But you could. Right, okay.
I wonder
that
if you
one.
can
How's
run that
that?
yellow that we're basically the one closest to the house straight onto the red and just hit the edge of it. You might be able to get a result off that.
No.
This is going to be a little bit of a hit and
Definitely not.
hope for New Zealand. They're going to try and
Well, it's there for sure.
On a broom. Focus on the broom.
Some coaching all the way.
wise words from Kenny. No, I think this is just a hit and hope here for Waverley Taylor. See Al Moore watching on in the background there. Of course, the Swiss national coach. So here is New Zealand's final stone of this extra end, and gives it a bit of a heave-ho. And let's see what happens. I think the way to make this is to wiggle it off the wide yellow.
Nah.
And it doesn't do so. And USA are lying shot position. It's going to be a USA win here this evening.
Good game. No close ones there.
Good game. That was fun.
Apologise.
I missed my fucking first shot.
What's your language? What do you want to do with the stones?
So, what's your definition of
All
pretty
of them?
hard?
I was cheating through it.
Do you guys want to drink or 4?
What's that?
Do you guys want to drink or 4?
We'll go up, yeah.
See, so red's on the left, yellow's on the
Good
right.
game.
That was a very good game. Hey, TV goes in
Yeah, no, this is our second televised game, and they've both been extra ends.
Okay.
Oh, well.
So you knew that was coming before we did.
I know, it's just like physiological.
I think it was 2. Yeah, you were lying. Yep.
So it was USA getting away with the win here. They were in trouble to start, but finished off nicely. Just really found their draw weight. If you hang on for a while, you're going to get some highlights from this game between New Zealand and USA, and of course an interview with the Americans. The next game that you're going to see here, it will be tomorrow at 2:30, when we will be giving you the game between Austria and reigning world champions Hungary.
Remember the
Here we are with some highlights from the game between New Zealand and USA. In the first end, it was Waverley Taylor with this great hack weight tap that scored them 3. And in the second end, it was an unfortunate mistake from Steve Gebauer. Just wanting to freeze this, ended up bumping up the red stone a bit, and it ended up a steal of 2 for New Zealand, taking a 5-0 lead. And in the third end, Steve for USA really found his form, made this great tap back, and it ended up being a score of 3 for USA. Then in the fourth end, it was Kenny Thompson looking to tap this straight back, but won't really get the curl, so actually taps it back for shot stone, and it ends up a steal of 1. And then in the fifth end, it was Steve Gebauer that really found his draw weight, and look at this freeze, it's absolutely beautiful. Gave New Zealand a steal of 2 in the end. And in the sixth end, just showing you how important it is to make that first stone really perfect. Joyans Michai comes down with a great draw, and that also gives him the steal of 1 in the end. Seventh end, and it's Kenny Thompson playing a tap on the yellow that will allow them to score once again, close up the gap to USA. They got 1 point to take the game to 6-7, and of course they needed to steal in the final end. And Kenny Thompson comes out with this beauty and leaves them sitting short. That was the shot that allowed them the extra end, where of course it was USA that had last stone advantage. And Joyans Michai just putting New Zealand in trouble from the beginning. She comes down with this absolutely perfect freeze tap. They're sitting 2, New Zealand never able to get a shot stone in there, and it ended up USA winning the game 9-7. Of course, here's the interview.
Slow start. It was a good game for the USA.
We like to keep our audiences riveted. 2 web stream games, both of them going to extra ends.
Yeah. It's the kind of how our entire season's been. We've been thrilling the crowd ever since we started this.
Joyance, in the second half, you really found your weight.
Yeah, no, that seems to be my modus operandi. It takes me a couple ends to get in the groove, but once I find it, then just is automatic, I guess. That seems to be how do I work. It depends. It's all about how long does it take me to get there.
Yeah, good confidence.
Yeah.
That's got it. Good confidence.
Yeah.
Was there any difference in the ice conditions that kind of caught you out early on?
Well, you know, what really threw us off was this morning. There was like probably a good 1.5 foot extra swing. And that was fun to play on, but we caught that this morning. But then today that was back to how it was the day before. And it's like, oh, this is not this morning, shoot. And I had all these visualizations from this morning. It's like, okay, I needed to cross beyond the I and the ice bowl and beyond the L there. And it was just using logos as references, and all that had to go out the window.
So it was a good adjustment. I think we finally found it in the third end. So yeah, the ice was definitely a little different. Yeah, it worked out well.
Is there anything you want to say to people back home?
Thanks for all the support and love, everyone.
Yeah. I know there's people watching. Earl, Allie, nieces, nephews, the rest of my family, mom, dad. Love you all.
It's been a wild ride, a wonderful learning experience. We're getting up. It's a pretty intense clinic, really.
Yeah, a lot of fun. We appreciate it.
Great. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.
For the game between Austria and world champions from Hungary. See you tomorrow.